Our cameras on one man, in a rich vein of form and #1 in the scoring charts. Can he do it again today? Live on EA TV. Hello everyone and welcome. What we can't complain about today is the weather. Absolutely perfect playing conditions. I'm Derek Ray, and joining me here on the commentary box for complete coverage is Lee Dixon. I'm very much looking forward to bringing you live action from MLS. It's the Columbus Crew, and they take on DC United.
Yeah, thanks Derek, as always. Pleasure to be here. I have to say, the atmosphere is fantastic in here. I'm anticipating a really good game today. Hopefully, we won't be disappointed.
Number 6, Darlington.
Well, you never quite know who's going to emerge from the shadows and become a match winner, but this man might be a decent shout. Lee, what are you expecting from him?
Well, yeah, when defenders look who they're playing against, they always look at the goals. 2 goals in his last previous game. He's certainly a threat to them today.
The initial 11 today for the hosts. Would you call it 4-5-1, Lee?
Yeah, I really like this formation, Derek. 4-2-3-1, really. The 2 central midfield players supplying support to a 3 ahead of them, and then a lone striker with a number 10 just behind him.
Thank you for attending.
And this is the initial 11 for the visitors today. And this is a formation most people in the game are very familiar with nowadays.
Yeah, most coaches are adopting this formation. What it does give you is 2 holding players in front of the back 4 to protect them, but it also gives you 3 supporting players to that central striker.
Well, many have remarked upon the hosts and their preferred style, which is one of high pressing and trying to get the ball back quickly. Lee, do you expect to see more of that in this game?
Yes, Derek, high pressing is their game, but there is a risk attached to it. If the opposition break through that press early on, you can be left vulnerable at the back.
Can he give them the lead? Not even close to troubling the goalkeeper.
Well, no, I can see what he's trying to do. He just got the technique all wrong. He'll get another chance. Well, he's disappointed with the fact they haven't taken the lead, but he'd be pleased with the way they're playing.
Nagby. Really nice ball. And a chance for him on the flank. He's lost it. Oda Kamara. Possession lost. Oh, nice ball over the top. Valenzuela. It's a cross towards the near post. There it is, the opening goal of this match, and what a start they've made.
Well, we can see it again here. What a lovely inviting cross into the danger area that was. But if a player can stand still and nod the ball into the net like that, I'll be asking serious questions about my centre-backs. Shocking, really.
The opening goal of the game then.
Columbus Crew goal. Number 11, Jossie Zardes.
Looks promising, this. That is a very fine challenge in difficult circumstances. Artur. Zardes. Can they create something from here? Well, this could pose problems for the defenders. He's in behind the defence here. Oh, so near, off the post. And a goal, the equaliser. Superb entertainment.
Well, he's gone for pure power, and why not when you've got a rocket in your boot? What a strike.
Well, let's take another look at that goal, shall we? So, a level contest, 1-1.
DC United, number 11, Yamil Assad.
Well, no stopping him. Will it lead to the goal that puts them ahead? Able to close down the shot. Molino. A terrific defending to stop them progressing. Felipe. Oh, a lovely ball. Well, a really single-minded piece of defending to make sure nothing untoward happened. Could be a chance to break here.
Bring your whole family to the next home match.
And let's join Alan McInally because I believe there's been a goal in the New England Revolution match. Alan.
It's a goal for the visitors. 26 minutes played. 1-0.
Cheers again, Alan.
For more information.
Well, they have the ball once more. Jordi Reina. And the emphasis is on creativity. In with a chance. And he clears it out of harm's way. And firing it into the area. Can they nudge in front? And a goal here! There it is! They've done it!
Well, Derek, that's why you spend hours on the training pitch practicing defending set pieces. It's so important, and quite frankly, they went to sleep there. No excuses. Well, just look at the reactions on the touchline. They just need to keep their composure now. This is far from over.
Well, 2-1 it is here. Artur. Nagby. Zardes. Darlington Nagby. Alert defending. And scope for them to produce something exciting. Might be a chance here. And a goal!
the goal again, and it's a great ball to put him through. And when he gets through to the keeper, he just smashes it past him, gives him no chance to think. A lovely finish.
Well, it's a tale of 4 goals in this match now. 3-1 it is.
Number 9, Ola Kamara.
Nagby. In a position from which they could potentially do a bit of damage here. And this would reduce the deficit. And he's fired it against the post. Well, it's a good deflection. That'll be a corner. Well, truth be told, he's only had a very limited influence on this game late.
Well, he needs something to change. His impact on the game has been negligible. His team down, need him to spark into life quickly.
And now the delivery. And a goal kick is the outcome. And showing fine vision. Opportunity. Well, not really a shooting moment he's going to be especially proud of, Lee.
Well, he did have other options, but he thought, you know what, I'm just going to have a go.
Making excellent progress with the ball at his feet. Delivered into the box. Really needed to be spot on with the challenge inside the box. Bodies forward and the break looks on. Oh, great vision. Happy to take on the shot. That is that for the first half here. You've certainly got to give this man high marks for his work up to this point, Lee.
Well, if he plays like that in the second half, we're in for a real treat. He's scored, he's direct, creative, and he unnerves defenders.
Not even close to troubling the goalkeeper.
Well, no, I can see what he's trying to do. He just got the technique all wrong. He'll get another chance.
It's a cross towards the near post. There it is, the opening goal of this match, and what a start they've made. He's in behind the defence here. Oh, so near, off the post. And a goal, the equaliser. Superb entertainment. Well, no stopping him. Will it lead to the goal that puts them ahead? Able to close down the shot. And firing it into the area. Can they nudge in front? And a goal here! There it a 2-goal lead now. And now the delivery. Well, not really a shooting moment he's going to be especially proud of, Lee.
Well, he did have other options, but he thought, you know what, I'm just going to have a go.
The two teams have switched around and are ready now for the second half. Andy Nahar. On the ball, Felipe. Jordi Reina. Deserves credit for winning the ball back. It might be perfectly set up for the counter-attack, you know. Valenzuela. Here's Artur. And a goal kick will be next. Well, what about that opportunity a few minutes ago? We can see it again now.
The visitors have had total control of possession. It's important to have strong, dominant players in your midfield, and they've got that. Just look at what that control gives you.
Now can they create something? Real chance. And it goes! Well, it's one goal after another. A highly impressive performance.
Well, here's the replay, and it's a lovely through ball to set up the chance. And then through on goal. Do you go for placement or do you go for power? Well, he certainly wasn't messing around, was he? Absolutely smashes it past the keeper. It's a really lovely finish.
Well, we're underway again, and this game was finished as a contest a long time ago. And a quick reminder, there's another MLS game for you to look forward to on EA TV. It's the Columbus Crew facing Atlanta United.
Yeah, really looking forward to it. Always a great atmosphere in that stadium. It should be a really entertaining match.
Molino. Dangerous looking attack. Well, that is a defender's job to come to the rescue. A good looking move. Oda Kamara. And he's made headway. Getting in there to take it away. Pedro Santos. Vormgoor. Well, the conditions look pretty good for the counter-attack. A chance for him to get in behind, maybe. Well, what an opportunity, but really good defending, you've got to say. Going well. It might be on for them. Opportunity. Well, he failed to deliver that time.
Substitution for DC United. Leaving the match, number 8, Felipe. Coming onto the pitch, number 15, Jonathan Osorio.
Mensah. Here's Artur. And more action from Major League Soccer to come on EA TV. It's DC United facing Minnesota United.
Yeah, Derek, should be a great atmosphere there. It's one I would be tuning in for if I wasn't there with you.
That's well blocked. Perfectly fair tackle, and it will be a corner. Time for a change then. So the corner played into the box. Crucial intervention just then amid impending danger. A goal here, giving his team precisely what they were looking for. Now he deserves to celebrate it.
Well, here's the goal again, and he's just been caught napping, hasn't he? Had his pocket picked and rightly punished. Schoolboy stuff.
Slightly different vantage point in terms of the goal that was scored. So the current scoreline 4-2.
Through goal. Number 8, Artur.
Gressel. Well, this could pose problems for the defenders. Just couldn't capitalise there. Inside the last quarter of an hour. Can he get one back? Oh, no is the answer. It was a gilt-edged opportunity. He couldn't avail himself of it.
Well, it's a big chance wasted, no doubt about that. Nothing seems to be going right for them today.
Substitution for the Columbus.
So making the substitution now.
Number 11, Jesse Zardes. To be replaced by number 99, Bradley Wright Phillips.
This looks promising. He's in behind. Must be. And he's only gone and made it a hat-trick. Absolutely unplayable today. What a performance.
Well, here's the replay, Derek. I love a ball into the box. You know that. It's a beauty. And it's all about the time he allows himself by being patient, waiting for the ball to drop, and then volleying with such precision. Well, no wonder he's delighted. They've been bossing this game up to now.
It's a massive lead, and it's very hard to imagine them losing it now.
Number 9, Ola Kamara.
Zelarayan. It's with Milton Valenzuela. Well, lovely work to get past his man. He knows what he's doing when it comes to blocking. This might be ideal for the counter. Can they keep it going? That deep delivery. Still alive. Well, that was a fine counter-attack, but no end product, Lee.
Yeah, lacked a little composure at the end, Derek, but they're so lethal on the break with the pace they have.
Valenzuela. Oh, great vision. He just needs to stay level-headed now. And he's got to clear his lines. Well cleared away. And thwarted there, following the cross. One minute remaining. And the referee is going to add on 4 added minutes. Regained possession. Zelarayan. Mabiala. And so the referee blows for full time, and it goes down as a victory for the visitors. Lee, what did you make of it?
Well, being potent up front gives you a great chance in any game, and they were certainly that today. Sharp, clinical and exciting to watch for sure.
Not even close to troubling the goalkeeper.
Well, no, I can see what he's trying to do. He just got the technique all wrong. He'll get another chance.
It's a cross towards the near post. There it is, the opening goal of this match, and what a start they've made. He's in behind the defence here. Oh, so near, off the post. And a goal, the equaliser. Superb entertainment. Well, no stopping him. Will it lead to the goal that puts them ahead? Able to close down the shot. And firing it into the area. Can they nudge in front? And a goal here! There it is! They've done it! Might be a chance here. And a goal to increase their advantage. It's a 2-goal lead now. And now the delivery. Well, not really a shooting moment he's going to be especially proud of, Lee.
Well, he did have other options, but he thought, you know what, I'm just going to have a go.
Now can they create something? And it goes! Well, it's one goal after another. A highly impressive performance. It might be on for them. So the corner played into the box. Crucial intervention just then amid impending danger. A goal here, giving his team precisely what they were looking for. Now he deserves to celebrate it. Oh, no is the answer. It was a gilt-edged opportunity. This looks promising. He's in behind. Must be. And he's only gone and made it a hat-trick. Absolutely unplayable today. What a performance.
Just a couple of questions for you. Thanks, that's all the questions we have for you.
The man to watch. Following a hat-trick, does he have another big performance in him this time? Stay with us on EA TV. Welcome everyone on a perfect night for football with the floodlights beaming down. I'm Derek Ray, and joining me for commentary is the former Arsenal defender, Lee Dixon. I'm very excited to be able to bring you live action from Major League Soccer coming right up. It's DC United, and they face Minnesota United.
Thank you, Derek. Just flicking through my notes at this one, everything pointing to a really lively matchup this is. Fingers crossed, eh?
Well, you can probably see why we're focusing on this fellow as one to watch. Lee, in particular, what do you expect to see from his game?
Well, he'll do well to beat his previous hat-trick, but the form he's in, I wouldn't put it past him.
The lineup then for the hosts. I'll tell you what, you don't see this formation every day of the week.
No, I mean, it looks very attack-minded with the three up front, the three in midfield supplying the width as well, but I'm a little bit worried about the three centre-backs. Will they get exposed in the wide areas?
Thank you for attending.
Let's have a look at the initial 11 for the visitors. It looks like a conventional 4-4-2.
A preferred formation by Arsene Wenger when he arrived at Arsenal. Two main strikers, four across the midfield. Really important for the fullbacks to link up with the wide midfielders in this system.
And the contest begins. Space afforded him. Real need to get rid of it. And room now out on the flank. Well thumped clear. Perez. The attack continues. They're making considerable progress. He cuts it back. An attack full of promise. What a vital intervention. Opara. Will trap. Abila has it. Jan Gregusz. Moving the ball nicely, looking for that final pass. So after that, a goal kick it'll be. Russell Canaus. Jonathan Osorio. It's with Reina. Promising looking ball. And the cross not quite imaginative enough. And he's fired over the corner. The end product just wasn't there. Franco Fragapane. Gregusz. Well, space for them here. Chances on. Simple for the keeper. Di Bassi. And space to exploit, maybe. Crossing possibilities. Fruitful looking attack. Oh, he needs to clear it here.
Please see your nearest security guard. Thank you.
Jonathan Osorio. Might be able to set up the chance. Could be. Wonderful block. Very alert defending to put a stop to the chance. Well, there's been a goal elsewhere. Alan McInally with the latest.
It's a goal for the home team. 25 minutes played. 1-0.
Thanks very much as always, Alan. Going about his defensive business with a minimum of fuss. Perez. And winning it back. Ramon Abila. Oh, that's a pass of high quality. And it's in! 1-0. They've breached the defence.
Well, here it is again. The through ball is perfectly timed. It causes havoc. And because he's on his own, he collects himself and he finishes it perfectly past the keeper. Well, it can be difficult being a manager at times, none more so than now.
So the match has restarted. 1-0 here.
Minnesota United, number 21, Juan Agudelo.
What can they do from here? This could square the game. Was an important piece of defending. And space here on the flank. How about the cross? And the cross is immediately dealt with. Can he finish? Well, body in the way. Throw-ins given. Roma Metanir. An authoritative challenge. Oh, that pass easy on the eye. An attack full of promise. And a goal, the equaliser. Superb entertainment.
Well, here's the replay. Super fast counter-attack football at its best. And sometimes, with all the time in the world, you can fluff your lines. But he composes himself and slips it past the keeper beautifully.
So, a level contest, 1-1.
DC United goal. Number 9, Ola Kamara.
Gregush. Promising attack, this. And a throw-in forthcoming. A chance to nudge in front. Corner kick here. Played into the centre of the box. Well, no end product. Well, they've given him too much space. Dangerous ball. Just the clearance that was called for. There will be 1 minute added on at the end. Well, the conditions look pretty good for the counter-attack. And that pass could be troublesome. Can he put it away? A goal here, giving his team precisely what they were looking for. Now he deserves to celebrate it.
Well, here's the replay. It's a really lovely through ball, and he had choices of what type of finish to apply. And bang, he goes for the smash. Lovely goal.
Goal, DC.
And there it is, the half-time whistle.
29, Jordi Reina.
He's been the standout for his side so far, don't you think, Lee?
Well, Derek, he's had a stormer, hasn't he? Scored a goal. He's certainly troubled all the defenders around there as well. I think there's more to come in the second half.
And the contest begins. Ramon Avila. And it's in! 1-0. They've breached the defence. And a goal, the equaliser. Superb entertainment. And that pass could be troublesome. Can he put it away? A goal here, giving his team precisely what they were looking for. Now he deserves to celebrate it. As anticipated, plenty of talking points so far. And now the second half is underway. Using his strength to shield the ball. Will trap. And a fine tackle.
The hosts really haven't had too much of the ball, but they won't mind. They're winning this game. And why? Because their counter-attack is absolutely fantastic.
And making sure nothing untoward happened following the cross. Well, let's see what they have in store for them on the break. And the counter-attack came to nothing. And dribbling with it, but out of play. Well, that shouldn't really happen from a throw-in. And more action from Major League Soccer to come on EA TV. It's DC United, and they take on FC Dallas.
Yeah, that looks a great match-up, doesn't it? Looking forward to some fast-flowing football there.
Felipe. And now, passing it through. Can he make it count? And it's 2 for him today. A masterful performance. The defenders unable to stop him.
Well, here's the replay, and what a ball that is to put him through. And still with lots to do, he unleashes a very powerful effort. Gave the keeper little chance. Lovely goal that was. Well, no wonder he's delighted. They've been bossing this game up to now.
So there it is, 3-1 the current scoreline here.
DC United, number 29, Reina.
Went in strongly, decisively. This might have potential. Deep delivery. And there is the goal to make it a hat-trick. Excellence in finishing, there for all to see.
Well, here it is again, and I wonder how he waltzes past the defender so easily. And that's a good header. Eye on the ball, concentration. It's a lovely finish.
Slightly different vantage point in terms of the goal that was scored. Substitution time it is. Goals in plentiful supply. 4-1 currently.
Number 29, Reina.
And 30 minutes left for play in this match. Chance to do damage. Played towards the back post. A goal! An exceptional performance this. 4 to the good now.
Well, here's the replay, and it all starts with the delivery into the box, just begging for someone to get on the end of it. And finishing like that with a lovely headed goal is absolutely superb.
A glut of goals. 5-1 it is.
DC United, number 29, Reina.
Franco Fragapane. Well, this is the home of live football, and we have more action from Major League Soccer coming up on EA TV. It's Minnesota United, and they take on the Vancouver Whitecaps.
Yeah, I'm predicting a cracker there. Both teams will have a real go at each other, I'm sure.
Substitution time it is here. Jonathan Osorio. On the ball, Felipe. Jordi Reina. It's with Kamara. And they'll be a bit annoyed to have lost the ball. Not a great pass. Have they given him too much space? And there's the feed into the box. Excellent block. That is a very fine challenge in difficult circumstances. Not a poor ball, giving possession back to the opposition. Ramon Abila. Jan Gregush. Oh, a nice looking pass. And that's sound goalkeeping. And the corner's been given. And now the delivery. Well, a header that was frankly miles off target.
Well, technically, that was awful.
And it's a matter of what occurs in the final 15 minutes. Oda Kamara. And that pass could be troublesome. Oh, there it is! It's one goal after another, and it speaks to the quality of their performance.
Well, here's the replay, and as we see, it's a class ball through to split the defence. And once he gets himself settled with the keeper to beat, he hammers it into the back of the net. Smashing goal.
Well, if there were any lingering doubts about the outcome, surely they now have been removed.
Number 29, Jordi Reina.
Blood. Alert defending. Felipe. Oda Kamara. It's opening up for them. Fine cross into the middle. Oh, a moment of pure class! Had to catch it perfectly, and didn't he just?
Well, we can see it again here. What a lovely inviting cross into the danger area that was. And bang, he doesn't need a second invitation. Beautiful strike to finish.
Well, let's take another look at that goal, shall we? The ball rolling again in what has been an utterly one-sided match.
Number 31, Julian Russell.
A bit sloppy in possession. Going about his defensive business with a minimum of fuss. Bodies forward and the break looks on. End product or not. And still looking for space. A goal! We're really being spoiled. This is attacking football at its finest.
Well, here's the replay, Derek, and the defensive coach will be all over this one. Shocking defending. There's so much time for the strikers. That can't be right. Well, enjoy the good days as a coach. It can be a roller coaster ride, I can tell you that.
Goal, DC United. Number 9, Ola Kamara.
And a big chunk of added time here, a minimum of 5 minutes. Ramon Abila. It's with Gregush. Nice looking pass. Opportunity to deliver the cross. Losing possession a bit easily. Not much time to make up his mind. And there it is, the final whistle, and the fans will be leaving the stadium with smiles on their faces, Lee.
Well, being potent up front gives you a great chance in any game, and they were certainly that today. Sharp, clinical, and exciting to watch for sure.
Ramon Abila. And it's in! 1-0. They've breached the defence. And a goal, the equaliser. Superb entertainment. That pass could be troublesome. Can he put it away? A goal here, giving his team precisely what they were looking for. Now he deserves to celebrate it. Can he make it count? And it's 2 for him today. A masterful performance. The defenders unable to stop him. And there is the goal to make it a hat-trick. Excellence in finishing, there for all to see. Chance to do damage. Played towards the back post. A goal! An exceptional performance this. 4 to the good now. And that's sound goalkeeping. And the corner's been given. Oda Kamara. And that pass could be troublesome. Oh, there it is! It's one goal after another, and it speaks to the quality of their performance. It's opening up for them. Fine cross into the middle. Oh, a moment of pure class! Had to catch it perfectly, and didn't he just? End product or not. A goal! We're really being spoiled. This is attacking football at its finest.
Just a moment of your time. Thank you for your time.